Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another weekend vlog. A different little bit of a start today. I'm currently sitting in a campground because today Mom and Dad convinced me to come up with them just for the day myself, because I do have to work tomorrow, but it is currently a holiday here in Canada, which means I don't work today so that I could do this. We're out here at the lake and I can't wait to show you the view right now. It's gonna be an interesting day. And then I'm gonna be home because I have to work tomorrow still. It's all right. Hey, Belle? It's all right. I'll chat with you guys more about what I'm gonna be reading and stuff when I actually get home. But for now, let's have a day at the lake. Home now. Literally just got in. Oh man, it is like 32, 33 degrees today. It's too freaking hot to be outside. I'm so happy I'm in the air conditioning now. It's the start of almost a weekend. I do have to work tomorrow, but today was nice to have the day off. Don't really know what I'm gonna be up to this weekend other than just chilling. I don't really even know what I'm gonna be reading other than, of course, I want to get a good chunk done of that this weekend if I can. I've also been listening to A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers on the way to and on the way home, so I've been listening to the audiobook for this, and it's good. Becky Chambers has a different kind of tone that as soon as I sank back into a world, I was like, ah yes, I love this. It's 4:20, I'm a little bit snackish, but other than that, I don't really know what to do. Tonight is Thursday, so Exandria Limited is tonight, which is very exciting. I should also, I don't know, just see if I have any work emails piling up. I guess not, it's a day off. I can do that tomorrow. It's gonna be kind of a chill weekend. I don't have any plans really at all. So I will keep you updated as to what I read and what I do. But for now, I'm going to down a bottle of water. I think I'm gonna cut up this watermelon that's been sitting next to me here and just kind of chill. So I'll update you guys a little later. Hello friends, happy Friday. I am here, finally done my workday. I could still be sitting there just tinkering away at stuff, but I realized it was 6 o'clock and I needed to stop. I'm in that mood that I'm like gently irritated about everything too. Because it is 36 degrees outside, and when you walk back inside, it feels like you walked into a freezer. That's how big the temperature difference is. I love being chilly in here, but like it's too hot outside. I'm irritated and I have things I need to do still today. I forgot to do my laundry. Oh, son of a gun. I gotta go get my laundry. Oh, guys. It's Friday. Hi. Today, I ended up finishing A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. I loved it so much. I haven't yet put it through Cockpile, but oh, it's even colder down here. It was so good. Just fantastic piece of literature. Becky Chambers just is so good. She honestly can do no wrong. So A Closed and Common Orbit is the second Wayfarer's book, and it is fantastic. It follows Lovelace and Pepper. Lovelace is the AI system from the first book in the ship that they have, and Pepper is someone who is friends with a character from the first book. So you have like their situation, and it's really just such a beautiful look at friendship and like found family, and I loved it so much. Oh, so good, so good. So that's what I did today alongside my work day. Listened to that and really have done absolutely nothing else. Which is fine. But now I'm doing laundry, which I should have done a lot earlier, but that's fine. That's what happens when your brain gets wrapped up and work. All right, well, now that's going. I guess I'll just have to do laundry this evening. Stupid me. But yeah, now I'm done. I'm going to just do whatever for the evening. I don't know what I'm gonna really pick up next. I need to read Agnes Grey. I need to at least start it because that is my book club pick for the book club that I run with my friends. And I need to read it. I need to read it, but I'm just really not in the mood for a classic right now. So that's fun. I also have my reread of The Heroes of Olympus that I still need to do, and I need to read more of the Alcazar Falcons. So I might do that, but I've cleaned up my TBR shelf a little bit. Look at this beautiful stack of books that I want to get through. So good. Also these. I also read the first Critical Role Vox Machina Origins comic, and it was absolutely amazing. Not comic, graphic novel. It was so good. I really liked it. It was my 20th book of June. I decided, I was like, you know what, I've read 19 books. What's one more to make it a nice even number? So I read 20 books in June, which is wild. I also want to read Realmbreaker, and I also want to read Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. I just picked this up on Tuesday from Walmart because I have no self-control. And then look at these beautiful books that I could read. These two beautiful ones. This one's a sci-fi one, this one's a fantasy one, and then all my fantasy books, including the Alcazar Falcon, this one, this baby. God, I want to read so many things. We shall see what I end up reading next. Currently, I think I'm going to just figure out something to do for supper and watch Critical Role to unwind. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hello. It's been like 3 seconds. I've changed into a sweater because it's chilly in my house, which is counterintuitive to the 36 degrees outside. I realize, but it's cold in my house. So I also realized it is July 2nd and Camp NaNoWriMo started yesterday, and I have no idea if I'm even participating. So that's the vibe we're going for now, friends. Gently chaotic, which is, you know, the best vibe. But I, as you could tell, have a stack of books in my arms. I want to read something. What do I want to read? I don't know. So, after I watch the rest of the episode of Critical Role Vox Machina that I'm currently watching and make myself some dinner, whatever the hell that's gonna be, don't know, I am going to read a variety of books and see which one I want to read. I do have the Alcazar Falcon with me too, which is the one that I'm currently reading out of all of these, but I got 6 Crimson Cranes. I also have Realmbreaker for a YA fantasy in case I'm feeling that. Got the Road Trip, and I have Chilling Effect with me as well. And then of course, Alcazar Falcon. So we're gonna see what I end up reading after that. Yes, I don't have the House of Hades with me because I think I need a little bit of a break from Rick Riordan just so that I don't absolutely burn myself out with Rick Riordan books, because as I've said in many videos, I do plan on reading the entirety of the Trials of Apollo this month too. So we are going to take a little bit of a break from him, read something else. I know I just read a Becky Chambers, but like I need a little bit more of a break, and then I'll get back to that reread. Anyways, just thought I'd pop in and say that. Camp Nano, I don't know. Maybe I'll take a break for Nanos this go around because I really don't know. I missed my deadline for Project Dream Draft 4 again, my extended deadline. So like my creativity is just going down, guys. It's there, but it's not like there, and it's driving me crazy. Going on tangents. I'm gonna make dinner. I'll catch up with you guys later. Hello, friends. It's now a little bit later, and I'm just kind of chilling. It's apparently 9:45, but I've been sitting here, had dinner, I was watching Critical Role, and then I decided to do a little bit of a fun thing. And with the books that I was going to like dabble in, I read the first lines of each book and decided to read them off of that, like which one I wanted to read first. And it was really fun, so I wanted to go through them with you. So we have, first and foremost, Chilling Effect by Valerie Valdez. So the first line for this one: Captain Eva Innocente crept down the central corridor of La Sirena Negra, straining to hear the soft rumble of her quarry over the whine of the FTL drive and the creak of space cold metal. So that was that one. I didn't end up including Alcazar Falcon in this because I already started it, so I can't read the first line again. I'm like 200 and some pages in. The next one is The Road Trip, and this one, the first line is: the road of friendship never did run smooth, is what I'm saying, Marcus tells me, fidgeting with his seatbelt. So that was really cool. I actually ended up reading the first chapter of this because it was literally like a page and a half, and it was fun. And I'm looking forward to reading that when I'm in a little bit more of a romancy mood. And then I have Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard, which had a fantastic first line. It was actually I was thinking about starting this one this weekend as well, but I didn't end up starting this one. This first line is, "No mortal alive had ever seen a spindle." Now, I'm not gonna lie, I really want to read this, so I think I might read it next after I finish the one that I did start, which is Six Crimson Cranes, because this first line just got me. It just really got me. "The bottom of the lake tasted like mud, salt, and regret." And I read that and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read this. So now I'm 50 pages in. And it's good so far. From what I remember of the synopsis, it's about a girl who is the only princess of her kingdom, and she's got a bunch of brothers, and she apparently annoys the sorceress, and the sorceress turns her brothers into cranes, and she has to go on like a trip or something. A quest, not a trip. To like, fix them? I don't know, but it's cool. So far, we've met a dragon, which is really cool. He's like a little baby dragon, like he's like 17 dragon years, so he's kind of like the size of a rowboat, he's described as. He's like really tricksy, and he turns himself into a boy to like interact with the princess, and they're having a good time. But yeah, 50 pages in, so I'm gonna keep reading, and I will update you as I go. Hello my lovely friends, happy Saturday! I just finished putting together my new bullet journal spread for July. I've also officially retired this baby because there is no more room. There is no more room. The end of June was the end of the book, pretty much, and then I had, of course, my physical TBR near the end there. So she's been retired, she is finished, but I'm excited to be starting that new one. I think I've decided that next year I'm going to have a bullet journal for my books and then a bullet journal for like my planner because then like I can keep all of like each like a full year in each one. But yeah, now I've finished 2 bullet journals. This was last year's bullet journal, the Lightstrom. I like the Lightstrom because it has a ton of pages. I don't like the Lightstrom because their pages are very thin and they bleed so easy. But these, the Dingbat ones, highly recommend because I think they're fantastic. They're just not quite big enough to do a full year. But this is like the most satisfying part of a bullet journal, is the explosive thickness that you get at the end of it. But yeah, bring that down. And not a whole lot going on. Mom and Dad came home this morning because it was too hot. Again, we're just going through a heat wave, which I think like most of Canada is going through a heat wave right now. Last night I ended up reading well over the halfway mark of Six Crimson Cranes. I am at like the 260 mark or something. I can't quite remember what page range I got to this morning. Then I also picked up the Icosar Falcon again because I was like, I kind of want to read this, so I'm reading it, and I think I'm going to try and also wrap that up this weekend sometime. But right now I think we're taking Bella to the vet because she's messed up her leg. Really, it's like, it never ends with this dog. There's always something wrong with her, so we're going to the vet in a bit, and I think I'm going to take the Icosar Falcon with me and read it in the car. But that's what's up, that's what's happening Saturday. It's a pretty decent day, but when I get home, more reading. Hello friends, it is now a little bit later. I'm currently in my office, as you can see. I wanted to pop in because I have reading news that I didn't expect to have, and that is I'm currently reading Agnes Grey, and I'm over halfway done, and I'm really liking it. It is one of the Bronte books that I've been meaning to read, and it is one of the skinniest Bronte books. And I know that Anne is really well known for her just more realistic writing compared to her 2 sisters who are very gothic in their writing. So I was very excited to like read an Anne, and I picked it for book club. I want to give Agnes the whole world because she's just the sweetest human, and she just keeps getting put in just terrible situations. Like, so it's basically a more autobiographical look at the lives of governesses in the Victorian era. It's kind of like Jane Eyre, but not at all, because Jane Eyre is very, very gothic. This is a very realistic look at the lives of governesses and how they're like put in really shitty situations where the people who hire her either don't support her with their children and like don't help her gain authority with her with the children that she's around, or completely look down at her because she's like subservient to everybody, even the servants, which is really interesting. Like it's a really interesting look at governesses in their position in society at this time. Alongside of that, it's very upbeat, and like Agnes and her family, they're just so lovely. They're like absolutely lovely people, and like the beginning of the book, she's just so happy to be there. Like, she's just with her mom and her dad and her older sister Mary. She's just like, I'm very happy all the time, even though my family's kind of had terrible money problems, and I want to help them, so I'm gonna go become a governess. And she's just so bright and bubbly. It took me too long to realize that she's 18. She's described as like so innocent and bubbly and happy that she comes off almost as like a 14-15-year-old girl, but now she reads like an adult because she's gone through some shit. I'm enjoying it a lot. So I don't know whether I'm gonna finish this tonight, maybe, because like I have less than 100 pages left, but I also want to read 6 Crimson Cranes, so I think I might finish the chapter, yeah, because I have like 2 pages left. Finish a chapter of this and then pick up 6 Crimson Cranes and get going with that one. Hello friends, happy Sunday. I wanted to pop in because I have reading news. Last night I ended up finishing the 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim, and I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. Let me put you there. Really, really enjoyed this book. It is, I don't know, I was like, I finished it and I was like, oh my god, wow, I am enamored with this. And I don't actually know if it's going to be a series or not, or just a standalone. It's great, and it could be a series because it is left a little bit open-ended at the end, which is really fun. Ooh, it was good. I really enjoyed it, and it's been a while since I've really enjoyed a YA fantasy, so this was a treat. This was a lovely little treat, and I'm so glad that I read this. Now I think I'm going to see kind of, I want to read more of The Icosar Falcon by K.S. Veloso, and I also want to read more of Agnes Grey because I think I only have like 3 hours left of the audiobook, so I can finish that off pretty quickly. I don't really know. I want to read so many things right now. I want to read The House of Hades. I want to read all of these beautiful fantasy books in front of me. I just want to read all of them. It's Sunday, so I'm gonna take it pretty easy, and I think I want to get a good chunk done of The Icosar Falcon before I really start another book, just because I've put off that book long enough. I need to read it. I need to finish it because I'm enjoying it. It's just something that I do with my books. So I'll be really enjoying something, and then I'll just put it down and like not pick it up for a long time. I've done that since I was a kid. It's just what I do with when I'm reading multiple books. I get distracted and I don't pick it up again. I think I'm gonna go upstairs, and I don't know if I'm going to try and finish Agnes Grey first, or if I'm going to try and get a chunk done of The Icosar Falcon first. I don't really know what I'm feeling right now. I'm rambling now, but I think I'm gonna go read something. I don't know. I also need to finish my critique partner's manuscript. Maybe I should do that first and just get it off my plate because I've been meaning to do it for so long. Maybe that's what I'll do. Just thought I'd pop in with that little update. Finished 6 Crimson Cranes, second book of July already finished, and it's only July 4th. Anyways, yeah, I'll chat with you guys later. Hello friends. So it's a little bit later. I just finished going through my critique partner's manuscript, sent off that last email. That's off my plate finally. Things you gotta do when you're a critique partner. But that's okay. I think now I'm going to read. I'm also in the mood that like I could be doing anything. So maybe I want to write, maybe I want to not do anything at all. It's one of those days. So who knows what I'll end up doing, but I'll keep you guys updated. Maybe I should go write a little bit because it's been a while and I'm behind on my deadlines for Project Dream. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go write instead. Going through other people's work is draining in a way of like, it's not something that you've necessarily been like, oh, like, I want to read this. Like, I mean, my first critique partners was like that because I was the one who was like, I really want to read this Arthurian retelling. Please let me read it. and I absolutely adored it, and I like finished it in like a weekend. It's different when it's something that you don't really want to read, you know, and you're kind of like more have to read it. It also helped me in a way, like just kind of remember things that like I should be doing in my own work, just watching out for. So all good things. But yeah, Project Dream, let's go. Let's do this. And I finished Agnes Grey. I thoroughly enjoyed that book, like a ridiculous amount. I don't even know why. It's just, maybe it was partly the narrator who had like a very bright and sunny voice when she spoke and narrated it. Highly recommend. It's, I think if you search Agnes Grey on Scribd, it's like the first audiobook that pops up. I can't remember exactly who narrates it, but she did a fantastic job and I really, really enjoyed it. And it was just light and sunny and I adored Agnes with all my heart, and I wanted to fight every single person in this book except for her mom and Mr. Weston because they were the only good people in this entire thing. But it was very entertaining. Oh, what a good time. Anyways, I have to figure out what I want for dinner. So I'm gonna go downstairs and do so. Yeah, finished my third book of July, guys. Okay, let's go see what I can have for supper. But yeah, I am thoroughly satisfied with that classic. That was fantastic. And it was so light and not depressing in any way, which was so nice. Anyways, yeah, just let it pop in with that update. This is new. New space that you guys have never seen before. Our storage room. I don't know what I want for supper, but that's what I'm gonna decide. And then I guess I will chat with you guys a little later. I also forgot to say that I did do some writing today. You know, just doing a little bit of writing, getting back into it. And I wrote that scene that I needed to write from Fresh, which was a new dream sequence. So one of the main things I'm gonna need to do when I go back into my manuscript is like once I'm done draft 4 to like do an edit, is to really make sure that when I'm writing these big kind of mysterious scenes is that it's clear enough that nobody's like super confused. Like they should be understanding what's going on, but like also wanting more information instead of just being generally confused. Because I think when I'm writing these scenes, it makes sense to me because I know what I'm trying to say. That was very exciting. I got some writing done today, got my critique partner's work today. You know, it's been a very productive Sunday. Found something for dinner, gonna watch some Critical Role. It's gonna be a good day. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Monday. I'm here in my office as I usually am on Mondays. Things are going okay. It's a normal work day, not a whole lot going on. I wanted to officially kind of come in and, you know, wind down this vlog as I usually do on Mondays. I didn't end up reading a whole lot of The Exeter Falcon last night. Do you guys ever get in that mood where you're reading something and you're just like, man, for whatever reason, I do want to read this book, but for some reason, my body's just like, no. If you keep reading this, you're gonna put yourself in a slump. So I stopped reading and just decided to do one of those like scrolling on TikTok until midnight things. So that's what I did yesterday and I'm okay with it. Anyways, my friends. All right, so this weekend it was a holiday on Thursday, so I had the day off of work. I went up with my parents camping, spent the day or like the majority of the day with them, and then I came home and had like a few days to myself, and I decided to randomly read a different book this weekend and take a break from my Rick Riordan read through, and I ended up reading the entirety of Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. I really liked this. I came to the end of it and I really just felt, I was like, wow, this is such a good book. And I looked it up and I believe there is going to be a second book for this one as well. I will be reading it, I think, but this one actually stands pretty well on its own. I really enjoy the open ending. It feels like a fairy tale, which is like the whole thing kind of feels like a fairy tale, but with like something really familiar like a fairy tale, but then also something fresh and new because it felt like interesting enough to keep going, which is why I really enjoyed this. I really liked it. Highly recommend if you're looking for a quick YA read, and it is quick even though it's over 400 pages because I read it accumulatively in like 6 hours. I ended up actually giving this one 4 stars. I just put it through Copile. I really liked this one, so we love it when we find a YA fantasy that we fall back in love with. And then I decided to pick up Agnes Grey, which is my book club pick for this month, and the first Bronte that I'm reading for my, like, reading all these Bronte books. I have them all stacked on this shelf next to you. Reading all the Bronte books and ranking them because I did that with the Jane Austen books, so I figured why not do that with the Bronte books. And so I read the first one. I've now read 2 Bronte books in my life, or 2.5, I guess, because I did read half of Wuthering Heights before I threw it against a wall, but I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4.5 stars. I really like it. I love the commentary that it has on governesses and the lower class in the Victorian era and how they're treated by upper class families, and the ideas and ideals and thought processes of the upper class versus the lower class and how they're seen and represented in this book is really interesting. And it was very realistic and just like everyday. It actually kind of read like a Jane Austen novel in a way, except it was kind of making fun of the Jane Austen novels in a way, because Jane Austen usually writes more upper class people falling in love. You get a look at the governess to those upper class kids, seeing them like be absolutely ridiculous and falling in love and like playing the games of love and then being extremely unhappy, but then she is a governess and like is just completely crushed by everything, but she ends up finding like happiness in the end. And I think that was fantastic. Like, the tone of this book is very upbeat and very happy, so I highly recommend this if you're looking for a classic to get into, because it is very small, that many pages long. It's very tiny compared to a lot of the classics that we have. So I highly recommend this, Agnes Grey. Very good, and it's making me excited to read Tenant of Wilfell Hall, which is Anne's other book. Yes, my friends, that was my weekend. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet, because why not? My corner of the internet is pretty fun. I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.